trying to keep up with everything. I was like, oh my god, patch notes are up too. The game is up an hour and 10 minutes early. What the hell? What am I doing? And like I like rushed to buy the battle pass just so I don't have to do that, like, you know, on the actual stream. And like you can't buy the battle pass. You can only skip tiers and pay like $10 to do that. So I did that. Take my money. Okay. So we have the dually thing, but we're gonna play Mac, which I have to like buy for gems, right? Okay. Okay, we can play Mac now. Why is this free? Why is ranked free? Is the free ranked back? Okay, let's see the patch notes. Guys, this is hard, guys. Okay, why couldn't you throw me this stuff like in batches earlier? All other heroes had their cost adjusted to 3,000 gems. Were they more? How much were they? Expansions can no longer be toggled off. Oh. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. Daily cosmetics for gems. Wait, what? Where? Where is that? Is that... That's nowhere. Challenges? No, that's not it. The Bazaar button? Oh. Oh, you buy the skin for 5,000 gems? And then that skin for $25. This is a little crude. Okay. See, I'm not really trying to collect all the skins, right? Like the only thing I'm actually doing is trying to get the rarest one. Is this the rarest one? Wait, don't I have that one? Wait, don't I have this one? No, I guess that's a new one. Oh, it's a limited number of them. Oh, well, obviously I have to buy it then. Well, no, I don't like it, so I'm not going to use it. Alright, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Okay, let's see patch notes real quick. I'm just going to skim through because I do want to play. But obviously we want to be aware of changes that they made. Okay, so Prize Pass Open Beta only. Collectibles of the Prize Pass of the previous Open Beta season has been unlocked for owners, regardless of whether the player completed the required tier of the Battle Pass. Thank you! That's what I told him to do! Alright! The Battle Pass is now a single track featuring 60 base tiers. Rewards alternate between tiers and chests every 15 tiers. Each tier is now 500 XP, no escalation. Oh, so everything's free now. Okay, can you guys stop complaining now? Alright. Go play the game and enjoy the game now, I guess. Alright? Actually no, I'm sure there's something that we're not happy about, right? I don't know what it is yet, but there's something they really screwed up, right? Can you guys get on it so you can tell me what I should be outraged about this time? I'd appreciate it. Okay. XP gains. I did buy a 15 tier skip because I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna buy it. So I have the dually one unlocked. Yes, I paid for everything. What's my advantage? Oh yeah, what the hell? Challenges. What? I paid double? Well, I guess now the subscribe is really good value because you get double experience and it's experience only, right? But I mean, if it's only 30 tiers to get the stuff and it's free, I mean, I think that's more than fair. I'll be honest, if I was flipping the bill and paying all these devs to run this game, I don't know if I'd be so generous. But I don't know, maybe I'm not getting something. Maybe there is an angle I'm missing. Okay, so we have the mandala, which transforms your items into new ones. So we learned about this, that they keep the tier. So if it's like a silver item into a silver item, and it keeps the enchant. So if you have like an enchant on it, it keeps that enchant. Sells toys. That's interesting. On-sell enchantments. Enchantments of on-sell loot have been reduced in power. So this is a nerf to Gumball Machine and the Tropical Island. Okay. Lifesteal health recovery now counts as healing. This is quite important, actually. You can use heal trigger skills for lifesteal weapons. That's big. Simplified some of the targeting rules around freeze, haste, and slow. We'll have to see what that is, because that's not very specific. Maybe that's a nerf to Radiant, it's possible. B1, B2 spawns from day 1 to day 8. No longer spawns day 1, hour 2. I kind of liked it when it spawned day 1. Oh, I guess not everyone had an item at that point. That's fair enough. Thank you. Jungle Ruins, no longer Vanessa. RIP. Loop Crate is now open a medium item instead of a... So no more hammers for everybody. You can still get hammers, but they're probably a lot more rare. So no more double yo-yo, double matchbox with high level of consistency. Succulent for a floor spike. Nitrogen is now gold tier. Downshifted tier on a few of its items. Mimic, it's Ravenous. When you go to half health, this right item for the fight. It had this before. It's actually a pretty nice skill. Pygmalion. Atlas Stone is still bad. Beehive is still pretty bad. Busy Bee is still pretty bad. Caltrops is no longer a toy. They nerfed Closed Sign. Bonsai doesn't really matter. Golf clubs doesn't really matter. Hot Stones is worse early and slightly better at Diamond, which means it's just worse. Ice cream truck is now food. Oh, you can eat the truck. Deadly. Glue. Kukri still bad. Jabalian drum, that's big. That's really big. The weapon damage buffs all your weapons. It's not just the weapon that's used. So when you use a weapon, all of your weapons get 5 damage at silver. So honestly, this is a build enabling item now. You just play drum and 7 weapons. It doesn't really matter what they are. They're gonna scale pretty hard. A drum is now actually a legit item. I've used drum like twice since the game came out, so that's actually significant. Landscraper. Your shield items, yeah, we saw that. Ledger nerfed. Honestly, it's not nerfed enough. That's still crazy strong. Lumbors. Honestly, 7 from 9 is actually pretty good. Lumbors is a pretty good item now. Matchbox is pretty awful, but I'd still use it early. Monocle is a little better. Monocle is the item that is a tool and apparel, so it's used to activate the Chapeau Apropos. They nerfed Open Sign. I mean, you really never use this, so it doesn't really matter. It's just pretty much you never use it now. Pepper Spray is stronger at bronze. I actually use Pepper Spray occasionally. It's a pretty decent item. Now with Jabalian Drum, you probably might actually consider that. New Pitchfork, we saw this the other day. Pretty good. Truffle Generator, help value. Spiky Shield doesn't really matter. It's like 5 more shield. Who cares? Vineyard redesign. Yo-Yo is back. So the big takeaway, Pig is largely the same. A little bit nerf on the property scaling, but not really. But Matchbox early game stuff is quite a lot worse, especially with the hammers going away. And Yo-Yo is stronger, and Jabalian Drum, which is one of the best items for Yo-Yo, is significantly improved. So probably you'll see more Weapon Pigs early now, and less Matchbox. Vanessa, Cannonade, buffed again. Still probably not that good. Catfish is massively buffed. What the hell? Jesus. I've actually gotten 10-win runs with Catfish stackers like 3 times in the last 2 weeks. They are tripling the bonus of getting hasted. So that's ridiculous. Catfish is probably going to get nerfed. Honestly, that is way too good. Eel's buffed, fine. Katana's back to 2, thank Christ. Decent weapon now. Ramrod. Rifle damage. So rifle is 3 seconds. They basically just buffed the damage slightly. Rifle's still terrible now. Shark Claws, Silencer. So we dually can't get 1,000,000 silencers anymore. Honestly, that's a good choice. Double crit chance bonus for shiny. Okay. Wanted poster, experience gain and stash 1 from 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is also really important. They nerfed every single XP gain in the game by a huge amount, and then they didn't change the poster, which is crazy, honestly. So now they're nerfing the poster. It's good. They should have done this a long time ago. Overall, it looks like Vanessa is getting slightly nerfed, but Catfish and diving helmet combo is pretty crazy. I think Vanessa's probably a little bit worse because her best builds were weapon-based builds and being extremely over-leveled. And it looks like the extremely over-leveled part is getting nerfed, which does make the weapon builds a little bit worse. But we're talking about like 5% worse for weapon builds, and like, dude, a catfish stacker this is a wild buff. If you start with an enchanted catfish, you are gonna mow down 10 opponents and go 10-0. Like I don't know how else to say it. They are tripling the buff at every tier. It's not like it's stronger at bronze and the same at diamond. No. They're tripling the value at every tier. So enchanted catfish start is literally just going to smash everyone 10-0 if you get enough survivability. And yeah, they didn't nerf seaweed, so you can get enough survivability. Okay, we got Dooley. Alpha Ray is slightly buffed at higher tier. They did over-nerf this, but they nerfed the item itself, so honestly that's pretty good. When you use the core or another Ray. Yep, that's fair. Beta Ray now freezes any item. That's actually a pretty big buff, so Ray builds are probably back to some degree. Lawrence, Combat Core, Coolant. Oh, wow. Big buff for Coolant. Freeze 3 items for 1 second of any size. Cooldown 5 seconds. Coolant is the thing that halves the burn on you. So that's a massive buff for Coolant. That's a very easy to get item. Duct Tape. Why is it under Dooley? Probably a bug. It doesn't say that it's going back to him. DJ Robot nerfed. Honestly, that's for the best, because DJ Robot is like fine on higher days, but it's just ridiculous if you get DJ Robot on like day 2 or 3. So now you won't instantly kill everyone when you get it on day 2. Hamlet is charge 2 on slow. I think that will make it usable. Right now it's not really usable. Ice 9000 is back. We looked at it in one of the previews. It's not really good enough. It's pretty much a worse lizard. It's not useless, but you'd have to get pretty lucky to make use of it. Kinetic Cannon is getting buffed. This is when you use a small item. Probably not good enough, in my opinion. Motherboard is redesigned. Haste adjacent. When you use a tech, charge this 1 second. That's pretty good. Mirror of Omega Ray. Okay. Pure Conditioner now starts at gold. Cooldown 8. Freeze 1 or 2 items for 1. When you use a friend or the core, charge this 1 second. Oh. Okay. So instead of a core spamming build, you want like a full small friends build. This might actually make it quite strong with the new like Exodia Dooley stuff, right? Because it's like the freeze trigger starts the chain of the little bug army, and if it charges when you use a friend, it has a lot of cross-charging synergy, which is typically quite strong. The Pure Conditioner looks pretty good actually, but again, it's kind of like a... Like, you're not going to play like a whatever build and it's like, whoa, Pure Conditioner. You kind of need to already have quite a lot of friends and cross synergy and then find it. So it's probably just not going to get used very much. Uzi. So it has less ammo on bronze, which makes it worse at bronze, but it gains the ammo back as you level it. That's pretty fair. Uzi was a little bit of an overperformer. I'm not going to look at Mac. We're just gonna play it and figure it out. We looked at like the items and stuff. It's just you can't look at like a couple Mac items and decide how good they are. It's kind of the whole package that you're deciding. Cinders starts at bronze. Good. Dragonheart. Told you guys it was bugged and charging twice. Is Dragonheart any worse? Not really. This item is still absolutely crazy. Sunderer. More damage. Wow. I love Sunder. I think Sunder is an amazing item. Skills. First, this is like your crit gets reduced after you use items. So this is actually pretty good now if you're using like a one hit build with like a hammer pig or something. Buffing all your poison is reduced. Left poison is reduced. Left burn. Basically, these are all the problem skills that you start with. It looks like instead of nerfing them and not having these show up in your start of run. They just nerfed them across the board, which I think is a good choice. And I just want to emphasize that does not really affect catfish, because with catfish, the base start for your poison didn't matter so much. It just mattered how much haste triggers you have. So that doesn't, like the poison skill being nerfed, the catfish is still going to be wildly insane if you get an enchanted one at the start. Look at the bottom two skills. When one of your burn items gains haste, if it already has haste, it gains burn for the fight. When one of your weapons gain haste, if it already has haste, it gains damage for the fight. Wow, streamline weapon's crazy. So if you get like a really fast weapon with cloak, you can proc this like crazy and have additional damage scaling on like a Vanessa one weapon build. So honestly, Vanessa weapon builds might not actually be any worse, even though there's a few nerfs there, especially with the over-leveling of experience. Usually getting a decent weapon, getting a few feathers, and giving it haste, and getting scaling. That's what you need in a Vanessa weapon build. So having another skill that does the scaling is quite big for consistency on it. Drill, yeah. Pretty good changes, honestly. I would have liked to see, yeah, like drill getting reworked, maybe crow's nest, maybe seaweed. But it looks like the main changes are going to be around the new hero Mac, which is fair. We have a new X factor in the meta. We don't know how Mac's going to interact with the other heroes and the builds. But the things that they're changing do seem like they are pretty well targeted, I would say, from my experience. Good stuff.